Friday, actually it's more like Saturday at 1 in the morning. And I figured, oh, I took a nice shower. I used my friend Tan's body scrub. I was feeling good. I washed my hair. Why don't you just do your hair before you go to bed? No big deal. I don't know why I always do that, forgetting how thick my hair is and how much time it takes to do it. This is the less glamorous side of being Habiba, or really of being any black girl, right? If you have natural hair, you know that stuff is work. So, but I do love my hair. I really do. I love the versatility. I just don't prefer all the work that is required to maintain it. I want to look cute. I wish I could just wake up and my hair, poof, is done. But it's not like that. It's not like that. Anyway, right now I am trimming my hair before I do Bantu knots. So these are Bantu knots. This is how I stretch my hair and avoid heat. So I really have managed to avoid any heat, i.e. I don't use curling irons or flat irons in my hair as much as possible, or I avoid it as much as possible because that causes breakage. I have thick hair, but the strands are very fine. You know, some people have like really coarse strands of hair. My strands are very fine. I just have a lot of it, so it can break very easily. But anyway, I am doing my hair, and I'm a big believer in moisturizing, so I use quite a bit of, this is the Jamaican black castor oil strength and leave-in conditioner, and I'll put a liberal amount. And I probably should be doing this on my hair channel, Hair by Habiba, but you know what, this is not any tutorial, this is nothing fancy, this is just me at home. So I wanted you to see what I do. So you see, the cool thing about our hair is it looks super short. Look how short it looks, right? And then, ooh, look, when you stretch it, it's fairly long. This past my collarbone. And I've been growing my hair natural now for, I guess, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. So yeah, but it is work. So after I washed it, and I wash it in large twists, then I always try to cut the ends. I just put a really fine comb and get to the bottom, and right at the bottom, I have a mirror on the side, I cut it just like that. And then usually the comb will go right through it. So whenever you're having difficulty combing your hair, it usually means there are a lot of, you know, knots or I guess split ends, which cause tangles. So once it's been trimmed, the comb will go right through it like butter. And that's really how you retain length. Make sure you moisturize really well. I never comb my hair when it's super dry. So right now my whole hair is damp. And then I just twist it. See? I just twist it really quickly. And it's pretty moisturized. I use this, nothing fancy, y'all know this. And this is the Jamaican castor oil that I was talking about. And this also is really good for tangles, taking out tangles. It just makes my hair detangle so much better. So once I twist it, I just kind of wrap around and make a Bantu knot. And sometimes it's easier said than done. You see? I just kind of twist it and wrap it around itself so that tomorrow... Anyway, I'm not going to keep you up. I'm going to finish this and go to bed, because tomorrow we're going to go look at more apartments. And we don't really need the apartment right this minute, But the thing about the market out here, especially in Chapel Hill, and worse so in the bigger, cities like Raleigh and Durham, is that you really need to start looking at least 60 to 90 days ahead of time, because your biggest competitors, depending on, I guess the price of your apartment, your biggest competitors around here are the students. Some of these students got rich mom and dad, to pay for apartments for them. So a lot of apartments go to students. And some of these students aren't just college students. Some of them are graduate students or, adults. And then there are a lot of foreigners that come from abroad that, have stipends and come here to work. So they usually have the money right up front. So anyway, it can be pretty competitive, if you don't have a huge bank account. So I'd like to think of myself as rich. I am rich. I just don't have the money yet. I am rich. Yeah, just like my invisible crown, right? But you know what? On a serious note, I think every woman should carry herself with dignity and pride and like she's a queen. If you demand to be treated like a queen or like royalty with respect, that's how you will be treated. Don't let people treat you like a doormat. I can't stand that. I can't stand when I see women or people in general being disrespected, and I feel like, why don't you speak up for yourself? Why do you let them treat you like that? That is something I just can't stand, because I am always telling my kids, and always, even sometimes, I'll tell my husband, they're treating you like that because you let them. And of course, I understand that's not in every circumstance. Sometimes it's beyond your control. Sometimes you just have to follow the rules. You have to do this, you have to do that, and you have to take the disrespect sometimes. But for the most part, I think depending on what you ask for in life, when it comes to how people interact with you, if you stoop down to their level, that's what you're going to get in return. If they're talking trash and you talk trash back, they usually will continue to talk that way to you. So I'd like to think that that's just not my style. That's just not how I choose to carry myself. I'm very respectful of everyone in general. I try to treat people with dignity. I avoid putting people down or being condescending. I really don't like that, because that's not what I want for myself. So why would I treat you like that? So I tend to approach life with the idea that if I treat you with respect, no matter, you could be the cleaner, you could be, mopping the floors, I always acknowledge, I always make eye contact, I always treat you like you are important and that I see you. I'm not walking past you like you don't exist. So if I do that to most people, generally that's how I think most people treat me. I'm always telling my husband, whenever we go out, people always look at me and smile. And I think that's because I'm looking at them and I'm smiling. I acknowledge them. And it's really that simple. You reflect, or you get what you reflect. If you're walking around with your frown and you're pissed off all the time, and then you wonder why everybody's pissed off when they deal with you, well, look in the mirror. Okay, so enough of that free counseling. Enough of that self-help. I need to get back to my hair. It was nice chatting with you, by the way. And good night. Good morning. Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. She is up. The queen is up. Yes. So what are we going to do today? I don't know, but I think I want to go outside. It is warm and sunny, and I'm back in my blouse that I really like because it's my favorite color, yellow. Actually, yellow, whites, golds, those are my favorite colors. So yeah, she is back and we're going out today. I'm hoping to go look at another apartment perhaps, or we might go to say Homegoods or some, you know, some sort of home decor store, not to buy anything, just to window shop. So Lego. Oh, what do you think of the hair? Back to curly hair, and I just decided to put it in a bun, kind of makeshift bun. I was gonna wear it out, but it's gonna rain, so she's back to curly poofy hair, and I just did a 2-strand twist in the front. So that's the back. All right, let's go. So we're in Durham in an area called South Point. A lot of stores around here. A lot of big stores around here. Homegoods, H.H. Gregg, Lane Bryant, stores like that.
This is the big mall.
The big mall across the street from us. So let's go hang out at Homegoods. Yay! Every man's dream, huh? Not. Unless, of course, you're a designer. If you're a guy and you're a designer or into interior design, you probably love Homegoods. Why not? My husband's trying to be all difficult. Let's go. Okay. Okay, Homegoods. Greeted by a big chicken. Oh, how adorable. How adorable is this cake stand? It's huge. So pretty. Alright. Welcome to Easter. Look at all this Easter stuff. And spring. Nice. Don't forget your tablecloths for your Easter table and your spring table. You know, you come in a store like this and you get ADHD. Even if you didn't have ADHD, you're like, where to look, what to look at. Ooh, look at these goblets for a princess or a queen. That's so pretty. Anything you like in particular?
No, just glass pieces, you know, glass.
Oh, these would make great dessert displays.
Right, exactly.
This is sort of what I was looking for the other day, and it's cheap, $3.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how pretty this little basket is. Oh, and it's got the bunny built in. Isn't that cute? That would make a great fruit display or cookies. Lots of bunnies. I guess bunnies and flowers are always in season come spring. Here are some of the international seasoning. Let's see, what is this? Oh, turmeric. Garlic, even though I would never buy garlic slices here, I think you're better off getting fresh garlic. Salt. It's interesting, people are always saying, isn't this fancy salt? It might well be, but salt is salt as far as I'm concerned. I just put different colors and flavors to it, but salt is salt. And if you're not supposed to be eating salt, you probably should stay away from any kind of salt. Preserves. Maple syrup. Do you like maple syrup? So remember I was telling you about getting fruit without sulfides. You know it's organic and it's healthy if it doesn't look so pretty. So for example, you see, no sulfides. Peaches. Okay. Cookies. I'm not getting any cookies today. I do like that they have so many different coconut oil. You know, there's so many different uses for coconut oil. You can use it on your skin, you can use it on your hair, you can use it in your teeth to brush your teeth. I mean, there's so many different ways you can use coconut oil. Avocado oil. Didn't know they have avocado oil. Huh. Wonder what you do with this. For salad dressing, it says, or drizzle on roasted meat or fish. Learn something every day. Look how big these cake tins are. Oh my gosh. This is like cake tins on crack. Look how big these are. Wow. Look. And you get... I could make a ginormous cake. Can you imagine I make a big rum cake in this? What? And it's only $14.99. Let's see how big. Oh, this is a 14 round. Okay, 14 inches. Yeah, I think it's worth it. But not today. For a cutting board, look how big and beautiful this is. What? $79, $80. Well, it's this good brand, Booze Block. But it's solid. This I could do so much with. Wow. I should have been a chef, or I must have been a chef back in my former life. But you know what? Everybody thinks they're like somebody famous and amazing. Maybe I was a maid in my last life. Yeah, maybe I was a maid. Nobody thinks they were the maid or the servant in their past life, right? Well, anyway, I am always drawn to pots, but I think it's because they're shiny, and I think of all the delicious food I'm gonna cook using. What? Okay, I did buy one recently to inspire me for the future. I just bought one small shiny pot, and of course, you know, my mom sent me a box of pots not too long ago. But I think you can't have enough shiny, pretty pots. I need a new globe so I can dream about places I want to travel. Yes, see, look, there, that's West Africa, Nigeria, where I used to live. And that's where my father still is, somewhere in there. And we are now up here in the US, right here in the south. That's so pretty. I need that in my life. Now, not that I'm buying this, but if I was, this is a good piece because it's narrow. See, it doesn't take up too much floor space, and it's still functional. Check this out. So it looks like a drawer, but it's a great place to hide all your entertainment equipment. Isn't that nice? And it's only $500. Well, I shouldn't say only. That's actually, no, it's actually $400. Okay. This is giving me kind of 60s vibe, 60s, 70s furniture that I remember growing up with. Except, of course, they make it look more modern. But it's cute. And what about this chair? You guys think of this chair? Nice swivel. Let's see how much. $360. Okay. Would you have this in your apartment or home? I guess all the animal advocates probably would not approve of this. It's only 149.
I
Wow.
don't think it's real. I think
You don't think it's
faux.
real?
It might be faux.
Faux? No, I think it's real skin though. It's real skin. No, I don't think this is faux.
Really?
No, this feels like real skin. But I'm not 100% sure. I think it's real skin. I'm not sure.
I think it's faux.
Looks like an animal to me. This would make a great spice cabinet. I don't know what it's intended for, but in my mind, I always thought if I had a stationary spice cabinet, I would want something like this. Look. Isn't this pretty? It's so pretty. Let me stand back so you can see. And wait till you open it. Yeah, it's got beautiful shelves. Definitely has a third world vibe, but I love it. I could totally see putting my spice in here. And I love the decoration. Yay. Let me show you my little lounge chair. Look at this. You like the tufted chair? Let's get up. And the loose side feet. See that? Not bad. Okay, how about a little bit of gold to glam up your dining table or bedroom or occasional furniture piece. Or maybe you want some silver. Let's give you some silver. Nice. Look at this guy. Okay. Look at that desk. Ooh. It's a little bit wide. You know, it takes up a lot of room, but it's nice. I like how modern it is. Can I sit in there? Let me see. Of course, my bed is in the way, but get some work done, get my computer. So, we're out for a little bit. And didn't you like all that stuff at Homegoods? Loved it. So, in the future, we'll come back when we can afford to get a few pieces once we move. Because, as you know, we're in a temporary apartment by choice. Awesome. Kind of feel like I'm in a college dorm a little bit. I don't know why. Yay. Okay, first impression. Feels like it opens up. It's spacious. What's on the floor? It's a laminate, sort of. Bathroom is right up. Okay.
I'm so sorry, but the lights are remote controlled, and I didn't realize that maintenance had taken the remotes out of this apartment. So we're going to be looking at the bedroom. He's kind of in a
Sure. So this is a smaller bedroom, I hope?
Yes, and that
Okay.
is not considered the master.
Okay. Big bathroom.
We had no tracks in 10 years. And then
Yeah.
I passed Laurenburg on my way to Charleston to visit my sister.
Oh, that's where I went to med school, Charleston. Yeah.
That's where my husband went to med school.
Really? I like the kitchen for starters. Although I always prefer a gas stove. I don't know why a lot of the apartments don't have gas. Is that because it's just easier, safer, or what?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a building codes.
Yeah, so this is the master, and the interesting thing about this floor plan is the balcony is off the master bedroom.
Okay.
This is the only one in the only floor plan in the building that's like that. But It was all
What is normally offered?
it's normally off the living area.
Well, as long as I can go outside, I don't care. I think my only challenge now is how do we fit 2 to 3 kids? Turn a closet into a bedroom.
Well, the closet in the other one is really big in the other room. Did you see it?
No, that's wrong. But the closet is very big, a big walk-in closet. Yeah, it's pretty big. And you've got, oh, this is all part of the closet.
Yep, there's a pocket door right here, so you can close it off if you need. But yeah, it's all part of the closet.
Cool. Bathroom is nice and big, and I don't feel claustrophobic. Yeah, my only challenge. Whoa. So I really like the amenities in that last apartment we just saw, but it was just clearly too small for us. It's like it was running for $2,800, something like that, almost $3,000. And I'm trying to understand, for such small square footage, why I need to be paying mortgage for a rental. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but I have to say that the appliances, the kitchen was very nicely done, the bathrooms were very nicely done. It's just that it was really small. There would literally be only 2 bedrooms, and the 2 bedrooms weren't even that big. It's like the only impressive area was the kitchen, in my opinion. Now, most of the people that lived in that building were working professionals, lawyer types who were either married with 1 kid or not married and no children, or maybe, you know, near retirement and downsizing with no kids. But for us, family of 5, a 2-bedroom in that space does not make sense. But if you're single, that is a beautiful place and you have lots of money to spend, hey, come on down. It's also in a great location. They had a lot of amenities, and it was pretty, but pretty expensive. What's up, people? It is Friday, doing our usual grocery store haul, because for some reason we buy food thinking it's going to be enough for like 2 weeks. It never seems to last. When you have growing children, it's like you look in the fridge and there is nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's not like our kids are giants, because they're really not. They're not giants. They're actually...
He's got big ass feet, man.
Yeah, Kareem's got big ass feet, but I think he's like average size. He's just taller than you.
He hasn't even finished growing.
He's just taller than his father, but he's not like big. Anyway, cousin Marlene said she's found a place. Yay! So this should be interesting.
At the shelter.
Yeah, maybe we'll move in with her.
At the shelter.
Alright, supermarket. Here we go. Back to our fruits and vegetables. Stable potatoes. And what we always run out of is rice. We're always almost out of rice. Even though, like I said, we're not going to be eating as much rice. But the kids need rice. Bananas is a staple. We always need that. And as you can tell, Kenton is a lot better at the supermarket thing than I am. He practically lives in every supermarket we've ever been to. Alright, what next? What next? We're getting, I like cabbage. Cabbage is very healthy. And I like little pretty cabbages with all the nice leaves. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Love squash. Squash is my favorite thing to eat too. And some ginger, because when you're making curry, you need ginger, and you don't need that much. Some peppers. I Again, peppers are always so expensive. Yeah, I was learning about magnesium deficiency, and you know, you get cramping and sometimes fatigue and so many other symptoms related to magnesium deficiency. What was I writing about yesterday? Insomnia. Yeah, insomnia. Apparently even insomnia can be caused by magnesium deficiency. So avocados are a great source of magnesium. I wish they weren't so expensive.
How would someone find out they had a magnesium?
You could find out you have magnesium deficiency, based on your symptoms, and you can also have your doctor get a magnesium level. Just go to your primary care doctor and let them check your magnesium and also maybe your potassium level. And this I cannot live without, ketchup. I literally put it on almost everything. It doesn't matter how fancy the cooking is, I'm going to put ketchup on it. I know, it's silly. It really is silly, but that's my thing, ketchup. And Khalid, my son, he likes mayonnaise on everything. When I once went to Costa Rica, they had like mayonnaise with their French fries instead of ketchup, which was so odd, but it kind of grows on you. It's not the healthiest thing, but it works. All right, Ken's craving some baked beans. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's craving some baked beans. It's not that serious, Kenton. It's just baked beans.
Yeah, beans. Do I want
So,
spicy?
do you want spicy, or do you want brown sugar, or do you want pork and beans, or do you want vegetarian? They even have vegetarian options.
Oh, I understand.
You don't like vegetarian options?
Should I get 2 or 1?
I don't know, it's up to you. How much do you want to eat?
Yeah, which one?
Miriam doesn't do well with dairy, so we have to get coconut milk or almond milk or soy milk, or cashew milk. I think we'll get the dark chocolate almond milk. Dairy or regular milk flares up her eczema really bad. Look at these fine gentlemen. It's for my YouTube channel. We're in the supermarket. He's from France. And you are from?
Yeah, Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, West Africa.
Yep.
You bet you can't tell I am too.
Really?
Yeah.
From Ghana?
No, Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah, pretty close.
I've been there before.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
2008.
Oh, wow. Well, have fun.
Yeah.
I can see you're eating healthy.
Yep.
I'm so nosy.
Trying to.
Alright, kids love pancakes in the morning, and when I add blueberries to it or strawberries, and I put cinnamon and yeah, milk and eggs, it comes out really good. Pancakes for Kenton for breakfast, but also for the kids to have before school, and also if they want they can take some to school, because they don't like eating school lunch. They're so used to mommy's healthy food, so they just don't like eating school lunch. So before the kids wake up. So pan isn't too hot. I like to make mini pancakes. I don't like making them so big. I just like to make lots of small ones. This pancake, you get the blueberries, the flaxseed, and it just makes it so much healthier and kind of less guilty. Yeah, look at these stack of pancakes. You want one? Looking delicious. I had to taste it. Kenton's up. Kids aren't up yet. So let's get this going. Do you see the blueberries? Yum. So good. Picked up Miriam from school. She said she has to go to school tomorrow on Saturday. From what time? 12 to 5. Free labor. They get to use the students to help build the set, right?
They do build the set, they don't use it.
All right. They are building the set.
Thank
Part of
you.
her class.
Part of her theater class. Set design. Sort of? What? It's just like
I
extra
mean, it's
credit?
not part of it. It's I volunteered.
You volunteered.
Yeah.
You could volunteer to come clean at home.
But I want to do that.
Kareem's here to help us take out the groceries. All of this. All of this. Anyway, I think I don't mind this look that I've got going, which is that I'm not wearing eyeliner. I always usually wear eyeliner because I think I look like I'm asleep or my eyes aren't bright enough. So goofy. So, yes, let's take off the hat. Let's see what's going on underneath this. Yeah. Thank you for watching Kenton and Habiba. And I managed to get Kenton here with us to say good night. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. We went to Homegoods. Did you like that? I loved it. And of course, you get to see us at the supermarket. I'm always talking about all the health benefits. I hope you learned something new. And I hope you come back soon. Make sure you check out our blog, www.habibatonowmd.com. All right, Kenton.
Good night.
You got any words of wisdom?
Good night.
Really?
Good night.